Hello, everyone, and welcome to another night of wine tasting. We're going to do tonight. We're going to do talk Portugal. We'll do Portugal just for tonight. But when you think of Portugal, most people think port. Now, port wine in Portugal's the only country, except for the United States, because we don't recognize. Although now we do, but we never recognized standards of wine. Like Champagne region has Champagne, Bordeaux has Bordeaux, Burgundy has Burgundy, Chianti has Chianti, Alsatian wines. Well, Portugal, back in the late 1800s, was one of the only country that was under that umbrella that was allowed to call their wines ports. And the port wines is a very big wine. The British Isles is probably Ireland, Scotland, and Germany also. Very big drinkers of port. It's a sweet dessert wine. Now, they only do the the vintages. Like you have 20 port, you have other ports that you just the bottled every year, no matter how the wine is. But certain vintages, when they put a vintage year on a port, only that they might go 10 years or 15 years without a vintage port. And your big names are like Sandeman, Waries, Dow, Fonseca, and I mean, I bought a lot of 63 and 77 ports back in the 80s and 90s and they were reasonable. Today, ports have really skyrocketed, and the wines, there's less wines now made and they're more expensive to make in Portugal. Now, the big years were 70, 63, 77, I think 85, 90, 2000, 2004, then I think 2015 and 16 were very good, 17, which is, you had a stretch there just like you had in France where you got some good wine. So the same, part of Europe. But those wines, they sell for anywhere from 90 to, let's say, 300. And, it's more like a Thanksgiving wine. It's not the kind of wine you really can open. And port will last anywhere from 10 to 40 years in a bottle. And a port's one of the few wines, they like them laid down for 30, 40 years. But if you had a port sitting up, standing straight up for 2 or 3 years, it really shouldn't hurt the port. Port's very durable in the bottle, and it's sweet, and it doesn't, it's an excellent wine, but it's a dessert wine. This is the 1 ounce. When you do the port, you're only doing 1 ounce. It's extremely syrupy, sweet. We're not going to open one tonight. And first of all, when you open a port, you almost got to decanter it for a couple. You'd want to decanter it for 2 or 3 hours. And you kind of want to finish the port before, you don't want to really, once it's decanted, it's going to lose its color. You can recork a port for a day or 2, 3 days. They say you can do it a week. I find that they lose something. Also with wine, when you open a bottle of wine, a good idea, if you open a bottle of wine, and you only want a half bottle of wine, you should always keep a half bottle of wine, empty bottle around. You filter the half bottle into the wine, because the thing that kills the wine is the air in the bottle. Okay, that's when they say let a wine breathe, because it opens up, and big bouquet when wines get older. But any wine, if you open a bottle of wine and you pour half the bottle, put the cork on it, it's not going to have the same taste. Now they make the punches, where you pump them up. I used that for maybe 5 or 6 years. It's better than not doing it, but I don't think I find it to be better if you take the wine, empty it into a clean half bottle of wine at the half level, put the cork in, because then it's not getting the air. It's the air in the open space that changes the wine, and it will die in 2, 3 days. It just dies. It's not the same. Now, port, some people say you can leave it in the refrigerator after a week or 2, but when I open a port, it's like a Thanksgiving, Christmas, a holiday wine. So if you have people over, you can finish that bottle of port. But you can't finish it yourself, and you can't finish it with 2 people. You need like 4, 5, 6 people. But a good vintage port, when you buy, and then you have the regular ports that you can buy for $20, $30 in the store. But those are blended ports, and they come out with them every year, and they'll last. You'll see, some of them will be, Dow's 20, Dow's 10. But when you see the vintage, it's not a 10-year port, it's not a 20-year port. You buy that port, you sit it down. A lot of people will keep the label up and know, so it's going to be there for 20 years. I mean, I had ports that I didn't go look at for 15 years. Just laid down there, but I was paying $18 a bottle. Who wants to go spend $100? So, but they're all gone now. But now we're going to go to regular Portugal. Portugal itself makes a lot of reds and whites, mostly reds. Now this here is a 2018 Montevella. Now this wine sells from, let's say, $8 to $10. It's probably a 6.87, 88. Okay, but Portugal in the last 20 years has become internationally sought after. A lot of wine goes because it's like the last stronghold where people didn't go. You know, I mean, it's the last frontier, not stronghold, last frontier. I mean, Portugal has 250 wine varieties. So when you look at a bottle, you're not supposed to know the variety. It's not like when you're looking at, this has got a Malbec, this has got Shiraz, this has 5% Shiraz. It's got 4 other grapes. Now their climates are similar to California. It's a hot, plainese, olive kind of this vineyard. And this vineyard was founded in 1267. Same family, 6 centuries. They sold it in I think 1973. Okay, it's amazing. It's a medieval town, and it's not by rivers or anything, but it's almost like a Napa Valley when you're looking into a valley with the rolling hills and hot summer days. And if they get rain or they get too much heat, the amount of grapes that come down from the heat kind of it affects the wine. So that's why they use the different varieties. And like I say, it's got 200, and there's 14 different regions in that. And I think out of the 14 regions, it might be 33 sub-regions, little villages that grow different grapes. Now the wine, if you see this is like this is very inexpensive, but this is considered. This falls under the criteria of being checked out in Portugal by the government, okay? Because otherwise it'd be a table wine, which they would call, this is a Quinta, and a Quinta is, it means that it falls under the guidelines of the government because they use, water's scarce over there. So when you're using irrigation, they really watch it and they see, and they check the difference. And this happens to be one of the largest. This vineyard, okay, was an Espinado vineyard, which is probably one of the largest, or if not the largest vineyard in thing. So this was 4 grapes used to produce this, okay? They do it in stainless steel vats also. Now we're going to pour this. This is almost like that Bordeaux the other day. It's fruity. We're back to the berries. I don't smell like a black currant. I smell more like it's fruity. It's nice. It's a floral. It's like a floral, almost like a like a bunch of wild berries. If you're gonna mix wild berry jam, it smells like that. Very nice. It's got the alcohol content on these, I think, is 13 or 14%. It's fairly high. Okay, we'll do the twirl. It's red, but it's clear. It's like a lucent kind of, you can see right through it. It's not like a dark red where you can see your fingers right through it, which means it's going to probably be a light, roaming. It's robust. Wow. You know what this has? This has like it's not like a real tight one. It's like a robust, rambling. It's got a long finish too on it. It goes with you a little bit. But when you look at the price of it, $9. In Portugal, the amount of different small vineyards they have and the prices they have. Portugal it's also, it's a big tourist lately in the last 10 years. It gets a lot of the Irish go there, English, they go there. It's a vacation travel spot. And this would be, once again, cheeses, olives. You know, this is you could do you could do meat with this. You could do fish with this. You know, this would be good with a spicy fish. This would be good with some spicy food even. It's got acidity in it. It's young. Now this is not the kind of wine you're ever going to sit down. Okay, this is a wine you're not going to lay this down for a couple of years. This is a drink now, next couple of years. And when you see a wine that if you like it and it fits you, because the whole thing about wine, it's not whether it costs $200, $50, $10. If you like the wine, then the wine's correct. There is no judge that says, oh, that's better than that. Just because that's rated 88. If your taste buds fits this floral bouquet, fits your lifestyle with the type of food you like to eat. And food pairing is amazing. When you drink a wine with food, it changes the wine, it changes the food. So, this is a good one. Not a lot of sugar. You see no legs really to speak of. It's got some, but small. Legs will sometimes you see a syrupy wine, you'll see it running down the side. Now tomorrow we're going to do a little of Italy, okay? Tomorrow, which is one of my favorites. We're going to do Italy the next couple of days, and listen, as I say, keep exercising, keep praying, and it looks like things are getting better, and let's hope that is correct, okay? And, you know, you hear the fire trucks. They had a parade today, and here all the fire trucks on honoring all the support people and the hospitals, and you know, it's got to be tiring for the staffs and the people. So let's keep them in our prayers. Keep all our loved ones. We always pray for our loved ones, but let's pray for all those in the world, okay? And maybe the world will be more united when we come out of this. That would be a beautiful thing. So God bless you, and try to say a prayer at dinner, and then when your head hits the pillow. And tomorrow, I'll see you in Italy. God bless.